So when Merton then turns to the Prometheus of Aeschylus, who comes a little later than Hesiod, he begins to see the Prometheus of Aeschylus, who challenges an understanding of Zeus and God as a warrior god, a brutal god, a god who is vindictive, who is wrathful, who punishes you if you dare to differ with them, and particularly Prometheus, who wants to steal fire to help humankind, and then is punished terribly by Zeus. Merton takes the position that this version of Prometheus via Aeschylus is a Christ-like figure, and in fact the one who is willing to die to save humankind, to step in for them, and to challenge an idle notion of God, or a view of God that really does little to reflect or embody the real nature of the loving God, which is willing to suffer for mankind. This version of Prometheus that we find in Aeschylus is very different from the Prometheus of Hesiod. And so what in fact you get as Merton moves along post-Pasternak in his reading of Prometheus, he uses Prometheus as a means to critique caricatures of God, or images of God that are fearful and fretful and wrathful and militant in that sense. And it's in the Prometheus of Aeschylus you get the suffering servant who is willing to challenge those idols, in a sense, and say, I will not go there, but there is suffering, which is a part of that also. And so it's very interesting in the letters between Pasternak and Merton, Merton's maturation in his understanding of Prometheus, from sort of the hubris of humanity creating its own utopia on earth, to actually Prometheus is the suffering servant who is willing to bring light and life to humankind, versus an understanding of God, which is oppressive, tyrannical, totalitarian, and if you dare to differ, you're as much punished by that notion of God as you are by the Russian state if you dared to differ with it. And so you get Merton much more refined and nuanced in his understanding of Prometheus.